Hi guys, Anne here. I am a Quantum Heart Living, and that is for sure. I wanted to come on really quick and just talk a little bit about the energies right now. We have been through a number of days here where the energy has been extremely intense. I know I've seen a few comments from all of you recognizing this fact as well. It has been like we were drawn into this wee vortex of healing, and I think it's important to really look at how we look at things, because the mind has a tendency to really make us think that all is doom and gloom, and sadness may have been experienced and that kind of thing. But when we step back from it, we recognize that some of what we experienced and are experiencing, depending on where you're at, is really profound downloads of knowledge where you really need to really investigate from within what is appearing for you as coming up as a potential hurt or a problem with someone else. So these are little signs and indicators, and rather quite miraculous, really, because they're trying to show you what it is that may be holding us back. Now, what came through very strongly for me in the last few days was this issue around enmeshment trauma, around perhaps abandonment, around achieving goals, self-confidence, and working to collapse that timeline of lack of self-worth. And what came through and has been very, very strongly hitting me is this issue of the sacral chakra. Now, this has been extremely apparent in my own life when it comes to, there's been this ongoing issue with water dripping, water not releasing properly or releasing very slowly, so losing energy. And various aspects of my home environment has been telling me this message. So instead of trying to tackle the problem in the old-fashioned way and start to really fix and fix and fix, which of course needs to be done, but it's like, what is this telling me? What message is the universe delivering to me through the energy in my home? And it was very perplexing to me for quite some time. Now, I know that Pluto energy is very strong right now, and it has a lot to do with the plumbing systems. But the sacral chakra is what came up. It is where we have blockages, where we are tied to, and it's in the center of your abdomen, so sort of just below your belly button, but it's your potential for personal growth, for creativity, for artistic endeavors, for imagination, and for sex drive. Now, all of these things are related to the sacral chakra, and they're coming out as perhaps areas of lack. Now, this is why I have orange on today, because I'm really trying to bring focus to clearing these energies, this blockage that exists within me, and it ties back to standing in our own way. So it's our mind here that is holding us back. It's patterns that we have adopted quite often from those who were responsible for our caregiving, And not all parental environments are necessarily positive. There is a lot of density that is being carried by many different people. And what the beauty of all of this is it's showing us that some of these patterns maybe have passed down the energy of others close to you who were unable to really recognize this as a pattern in their own life, has been passed on energetically to people in their lives. And the miracle is we get to actually see this. If we really sit with what is this trying to show me, we can transform that potential negative energy into a very strong learning. And then what happens is we free ourselves. It does take some time, but we can really start to see where, wow, this is a pattern that I've been carrying around for a really, really long time. And we can start to see that it's something that we don't have to own, and we can forgive and understand that this is something that is subconsciously, energetically in someone else, and really removing sometimes ourselves from that environment, because the energy sometimes continues to be negative with these people until such time that we can really embody the learning from this and realize it doesn't have to affect us. Now, this is very much controlling and living in a quantum experience. So collapsing that experience, collapsing that timeline, and shifting yourself into who it is you want to be. So whatever that may be, it's really important to keep moving your feeling, your mindset to the next level of possibility, because everything is available to us right now. It is a very strong and potent time depending on how you use the energy. So, if we really recognize that there are blockages, they're physically appearing in many different ways for people, and some of these things can really be strange. I know based on my own experience, they are energetic blockages that are being shown to you. And if you recognize the fact that it's just trying to be released, and although maybe strange, you'll find it a little bit easier, a little bit more relaxing for you to recognize that this is really part of the process. But look at it from a perspective of allowing the universe to show you, because it's quite incredible what happened for me. These messages and these guideposts come in many different ways and form if we allow and if we really think differently in terms of this is an energy environment. So I always try, and I'm going to say that it was a difficult time to really, this release. But when we step back from it, when we move into the next day, when we keep shifting our mindset to say, this isn't something that I need to keep identifying with, we are moving into sort of this next level of understanding, then we can start to free ourselves from these old patterns. We can redefine our neural networks and recognize that if we sit in that depressional down state, it is affecting our whole energy flow in our body. It is lowering our frequency. So we have to, for our own health and for our own energetic balance, is find the gratitude and find the opportunity to see this in a more positive perspective, which I just talked about, because I think it's quite amazing when we look at things differently. Now, Wayne Dyer said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that quote has always stuck with me. And I think it's a really good one to remember when you're in a situation, to really recognize what is it trying to teach me for my own good. Anyway, that's my message for today. It just wanted to come out and be shared with you. I hope you guys are all doing really, really well, and we will talk soon.